For the delay, we got a great show today. We came on a little earlier. We have a special guest today. Get your questions ready. It's 7 p.m. Let us find each other here on Facebook, as the usual. Got to wait for the delay, and we'll get right into the show shortly. Here we go. Of course, until you guys pop in, I don't know if you can hear me or see me yet. Always with this delay. Thank you, Judy. Hear you and see you. Thank you so much, Judy. We're good to go. I want to thank my YouTube supporters as usual. The Knights, the Captains, the Marshals, and the Senchal, Renee. I want to thank Curtis B for upgrading. And we have 2 new captains. I want to thank Jana B and Kelly U for joining and supporting me in the channel. I thank you so much. And the regulars, I want to thank Becky and Buffy and Josh and Annette and Mark and Barbara, Michelle, Sandaller, Todd, Renee T, Roxy, and Mike, Jazz, Dia, Wayne, and Starlene, and all the Knights for your support, and always for Judy for her continued support and help, and also Daniel Spino, the professor, for his contribution. You guys are fantastic. I want to thank my moderators, Tammy, Judy, Renee, Michelle, Daniel, and Starlene, and our Quest lifetime contributor, Chris Dona. When you see the number scrolling on the bottom, that's when to call in. Put it in text first, please. It's 1-323-813-4135. I want to thank all my Quest of Oak Island 71,000 Facebook members. I want to thank my YouTube channel and now our anchor host of the podcast all around the world. I want to thank all them also. Are you guys pumped up for episode 5 tonight? I hope you guys are as you're coming in. Hello, Caroline. Hello, Neil on the YouTube side. Yep, we got a special guest. I'm grateful that he came on. We'll be talking about season 9, episode 1 through 4. And also, since they're going to do some digging on lot 4, go west, that we'll talk about that. And also his work with ZENA's maps. Hello, Peter. How are you guys? So it's great. It'll be Micheal Braman. Oliver, it's awful late for him to come on, but he's always welcome on. I have to do an early stream and get him on here. But we're going to bring up Micheal in a few minutes. Hello, Stu. How are you? Hello, everybody on the YouTube side. And we'll bring Micheal right up in a second. It was great timing. Great timing. All right, without further ado, I want to introduce to you Micheal Braman. He was on before. He runs the Dot to Dot YouTube channel. Please go and support him like you support me. And Oliver operates Oak Island Research, also on YouTube. Also support him as they support me. So let me bring on Micheal. Hold on, guys. Here he comes. Hello, Micheal.
Hello, John. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you myself. And I want to thank you so much for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
And Judy says,
Yes, it's been exciting so far in the season of 9, that's for sure.
yep, hi, Helene. People are still coming in. We're getting a good crowd here, Michael. Hello, Connie. Yep, and what was your thoughts, Michael? We'll start out with like the promo they gave us about Dr. Spooner's silver. What was your first thought or ideas
Yes.
of, okay, there were some silver components in the water testing, and he's analyzed it as a dump truck full of silver. What came to your mind on that? And then we'll go into some other details.
Well, not being a scientist like Dr.
Right.
Spooner, I can't really go above his head in any reasonable opinion. However, you know, I have done some research and everything about the gold content in natural water and seawater. And I did find that, you know, the general average content of gold in seawater is 0.05 parts per billion. And that was pretty close to what they were showing on Oak Island for some of those holes. Now, Dr. Spooner brought up a very good point in that the holes varied in content. And that makes, you know, that makes a very valid point that you could say that these holes have something the other holes don't have, and that's a little bit more gold. Now, as far as a dump truck load full of gold,
Yeah. Unbelievable.
I don't know. I know that gold content in water varies from area to area where it's sampled, depending on the mineralization of the soil or where it comes from, or the depth of the earth of where it comes from.
Right.
So I know that.
But it was silver, though. It was a dump load of silver. So,
yes, silver and gold can be found. Silver's found at a little higher content level than gold is in water samples throughout the world.
Yep. And also, a lot of my members who PM me want to give us, always asking me questions about you and Oliver. And I said, well, since he's on live tonight, you yourself give an update of what's been going on since you've been on my show 5 months ago. So they hear it from you. So I'll just play him this clip if they keep on asking me, well, what happened to Michael? He was on your show in November. We haven't seen him till May or something. So go ahead, Michael.
The synergy and the 6 months that Oliver and I were researching were just incredible. We were just having so much dynamic energy going on. We were discovering things about the map and then the schematic and all that kind of thing. And we did come to pretty much a head and a conclusion with the vault theory. And that pretty much ended that. Another thing that happened was both of our day jobs have become a little bit more demanding, especially Oliver. He's the president of a big company in France that does for project management. So I apologize to all my viewers on YouTube. I will be back making those very shortly. I'm waiting, just like the rest of you, to see what happens, and I'm very excited with this next episode that I don't know who he is, but he's bringing up Zenith Map, which I find very interesting because I'm very much dedicated to thinking that this is part of the discovery on Oak Island. And I haven't been sitting on my hands. I've been doing research pretty much about where these documents came from, especially with the ones in the vault theory, the ZENA HALPERN's map, which we call the Rochefoucauld map, La Formula, which is part of it, and also the 7-piece schematic, which came at the last. Oliver had pulled that out, and we made the connections that it conformed to the Rochefoucauld, the ZENA map locations on Oak Island, and that it was a representation of the tunnels underneath Oak Island corresponding to that map. So
Yep.
I'm looking into the sources and the authenticity of these pieces of documentation.
Right.
So
Now those
stand
pieces,
by.
like those, yep, like those torn pieces of writing. Do you
Yeah.
think there are 5 pieces that go together to tell the story of what happened, or what's your direction on those pieces? Is it a puzzle piece? Every family got a piece, or I never asked you that question before, so I guess I'm asking you now.
Yeah. Well, there's 7 pieces,
7 pieces.
and
Okay. Yeah.
the 7 pieces. Yeah, the 7 pieces. Well, actually, there's 8 pieces, but one piece has been broken and torn. So it's actually, but they're originally 7 pieces, and they fit together, and they show the tunnel schematic, and it is a schematic because it's not to scale. They show the tunnel schematic of what supposedly may be under Oak Island to find the vault, which is also on Zena Halpern's map.
Right.
Now, these documents, all the information, and we have shown this before, that there's writing on these pieces of paper
Yep.
that, according to the Santiara book written by Don Rue, they were brought out by heat. In other words, they are invisible until you process them with heat in order to make them come out. Sort of like what you saw on the movie National Treasure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the story is with those 7 pieces.
But what about those other pieces that Oliver had? One piece he made out of it, thought it was a key. And
Well, that was, yep, that's the centerpiece. That's the centerpiece of the schematic.
okay,
And
all right,
and it's identical. It's identical shape to the shape that is shown on the La Formula page that was found in the book by Zena Halpern. It's just
right.
a reverse image.
What about those other forms? Not forms, but other pieces. I thought Joan McGinnis had a piece that she found behind the fireplace or something like that, a piece of paper that was torn. Do you know anything about that?
No, I don't. I sort of have a recollection of what you're talking about, but now that you bring up Joan McGinnis, and Jim McGinnis was her brother,
Right.
and he was very interested in getting back on Oak Island, which coincidentally corresponds to the year that Bill Jackson passed away, which I find interesting. Now, if you remember, Jim McGinnis was mentioned at the bottom of the La Formula page, where it said Tim, it says Tim McGinnis to W. David Jackson. And then it says un de sept, which is 1 of 7, which is referring to the drawing, which is above that little note at the bottom of the page, saying, showing La Formula, showing that it is 1 of the 7 pieces. Would you like me to share that? I don't know if I can find it.
Is that it right there?
No. Let's see. But La Formula, I guess we can bring this up. Let's see, I'll screen share with you, John.
Alrighty.
See if I can do this again.
Yeah, I'm looking for it now. Okay, here we go. It takes a while.
Yeah, it does.
But it's going to be a fantastic show tonight, I'm telling you. There you are.
Okay, so I got to do this down. There's my thing. Now let's bring up this picture. Okay, do you see the picture of La Formula?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so this is the page I'm referring to. So this is La Formula, and this was found in the back of the book along with the ZENA HALPERN map, which is going to be featured in the next episode of Oak Island. But this was found together at the back of the book. And if we look at the bottom of this page, we see here, and it says Tim McGinnis. To W. David Jackson, 1 of 7. So what this is saying, what he's trying to say is this piece is 1 of 7. And we can find that piece in, let's see.
And those are the pieces you put together to show where the vault should be located.
Yes, right. Yeah. Yeah, you can see all my files here now on Oak Island. And so the Tunnel Schematic is right here. So this is it. And this is from a book, The Scrolls of Antiara.
Yep.
And you notice here that the author, Don Rue, he says in here, it's presumably, he doesn't know for sure, but this may have been acquired by Bill Jackson from Rochefoucauld in France, which is Armand Rochefoucauld. He died in 1995. But this is, if you look at this centerpiece here,
let me put you in a, Michael, let me put you in a small box so people can see it better. Hold on. I'll pop right back. Just let me know when to pop back on.
Okay. Okay, you can pop back on.
What happened?
So, can you see that?
Yeah, hold on.
Do I have to do something, John?
Nope, I just showed it in a big picture.
Yeah.
You won't hear me if the big picture comes on and you're in the little box. They can hear you, but they can't see me.
So, I see.
So I just showed them that schematic in a full picture with you on the bottom, but you can't hear me until I pop on live. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So that's what we're talking about as far as La Formula and the 7 pieces. If that answers your question.
Yep. Alrighty, we'll hide that. Do you want to bring up anything else?
No, that's good for now.
Okay, we're back to normal. Let me bring up this. Where's that other picture here? This famous picture here.
Oh, yes. Right. Well,
those are the pieces.
When you look Yeah. Those are pieces, and they're sort of broken up. Olivier this when we were explaining the connection between this map, which is the left-hand portion of the ZENA HALPERN map, and how these pieces, which are taken right off the Ontario schematic that we just showed you, and it's basically showing you the segments in that schematic and how they correspond to the landmarks that were depicted on this Oak Island map.
Right.
And that is the whole trapdoor, which on the Ontario schematic is letters E and F, because I don't know if you noticed, but on that schematic, there was letters corresponding to each step from A to F. And the hole under the trap door is, the hole is E, and the trap door is E, and the hole is F. And then we had another one which was D, which was a valve.
Right. Now, is that close to lot
A and B?
Michael, is that close to lot 4? Now, lot 4 is right across from Dan Blankenship's property, right?
Yes, right. Yeah, Dan, if I remember on Google Earth, Dan's house is on the other side of the road from lot 4.
Right, that's what I thought. Right. And you guys are saying the valve in the hole under the hatch is also on lot 4, which the show is showing us also, right?
No, our calculation came to the hole under the trap door was just to the west of the line of lot 4. It was actually on lot 3, but not very far from lot 4. And the valve was on lot 5.
The valve was on lot 5. Okay. But,
yeah.
But at least they're going that direction, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're going that direction. I don't know where they just, you can't tell from the previews are on the island, so I can't really say where they are. It seemed like you could see Dan's house when they were, so I don't know exactly where they are, but it's exciting to watch and see what this gentleman has to offer as far as his interpretation of ZENA HALPERN's map. I'm very, very excited to see what happens tonight.
You're not the only one. A lot of people are getting more and more interested. Maybe as time goes by, after 9 years, they got to hit on something. You know what I mean?
They do. Well, they don't necessarily have to, but the Laginas have put, I would think, I don't know for sure, but I would think they've put in a lot more assets and funds into this search than anyone has in the history of Oak Island.
Yeah.
They certainly haven't put in as much time as, say, Dan Blankenship and Fred Noland and others, but they put in probably more than 10 years. So it's a good long time.
Yep.
I hope it pays off.
Yep. TT says, "Hi, Michael. Hi, John. So which lot is the vault on? What 30 on your 30 is the vault that you say it's on?"
You want me to try and share again my Google Earth?
Yeah, hold on.
Let's see. Share screen.
All right. Now, don't forget, when I put you in the little box, you won't be able to hear me, but you got control of the whole show, and just let me know when you want me to come back. All right?
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I forget that part.
Yeah, so you won't hear me. If I pop off, you won't hear me till I pop on, but we'll be able to hear you, no problem.
Okay.
All right.
So, all right. So I'll put up my. So here is Google Earth, and let me put up the lot map that I have, and that will give your viewers a better. Now, this is what I've been working on. These are just flood system, I would say, speculations that I have. But here's where I have my trapdoor location. It's on lot 3. Here's lot 4, of course. And here's where we said that the valve is. It's on lot 5. And the vault under the earth, the vault entrance, according to La Formula, would be just on the edge of lot 28. So, and like before, here's something I'm working on here. This is the holes that are being drilled now. The yellow ones are gold, where they found gold, high gold content, and the red ones are where they found artifacts. And these circles are what is the Dunfield excavation. And this is per their drawing on the show. And these are outlined in, this is 20 feet depth, 40 feet, 60 feet, 90 feet, 100 feet, 120 feet, and 140 feet. So that's where the Dunfields, so like D1 was in between 40 and 60 feet. So about 50 feet is all that Dunfield excavated to the level of 50 feet. So if they were below 50 feet in D1, that's unexplored territory. Same with D2, same with B4. I would say same with pretty much CD 4.5. I think they found something at 75 feet. So that's also what I'm doing. This is the hidden shaft and the chapel shaft. So, okay, John, back to you.
Thank you for that, Micheal. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's go through a couple of things here. It says for our guests, then we'll take some questions for you, Micheal, then we'll call it. It says revisiting an old lead. Marks a new X. And I stuck my neck out, Micheal, that I said they only put down one case on this year. So I stuck my neck out. I just hope I'm right. I think they only did one 10-foot case on this year. And they showed this map on the preview. And that's today.
Yeah.
Today's hype. And that's what they showed on the preview.
Yes.
And who are these two guys?
Olivier!
I got to put Oliver in there. You know what I mean? We'll get him on again, Micheal.
Yes. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy.
Yep, and there's the vault.
Yeah, no, that's my drawing of the vault.
Yep.
And when I was explaining on how it operates, the flood system is, it's very interesting on how it may work, and we don't have very good idea of really how it would operate. But
yep, and now, as you know, Micheal, they have restrictions now because of the Mi'kmaq pottery find.
Yes, right. Yeah, I saw that.
So they have
Yeah,
about 4 acres they can't touch. But like I'm saying,
right. Yeah, that's in the swamp.
the swamp on the side of the money pit.
Right.
And there was the famous picture I love when you put the pieces in the land.
I always, when they started on doing the road, I always thought that there was going to be a road that would go around to the money pit. And the guys on the island pretty much knew that too, that there had to be some kind of a road connecting to the money pit. And I think that finding something that goes towards the money pit just really enhances the credibility of the whole story. And
Now they say they found this big piece of wood in the swamp, but I'm not sure where this is. Like you're saying, I don't know what direction they're giving us. Is this on lot 4 or is this in the side of the swamp? I have no idea. So we'll find out tonight.
yes.
See, they find this big piece of wood. So I look in the background. Well, it doesn't look like they're near the swamp or anything. So,
Well, wasn't that? I thought that was for what they were looking for in Lot 4.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
I think that's what I thought too.
So we'll find out tonight and get.
So, but wow, that's pretty deep.
No.
Those guys are deep. Look at that.
Look at that, how deep they are. Say they're 6 foot. They're about 9 foot in, 9 foot deep, I would say.
Yeah, I would say.
So I was looking for an area
That's a big.
where they would be. I have no idea where this area is. What do you think?
I don't know. You can't tell from the picture,
No.
really. There's no reference.
No.
So, and I look at these pictures on the show all the time, trying to figure out where they are and the references.
And Linda says it is lot 4. Okay, Linda.
Yeah, wow. That's wonderful. That's exciting because they're from the commercial. It says that, you know, it showed this connected to ZENA HALPERN's map. So we shall see.
Unbelievable. But the first time when they said about ZENA HALPERN's map, I thought of you and Oliver right off the bat. I even told Oliver when he came in one night,
Yep.
he popped in. I says, yep, I'm thinking about you guys. I said, the minute they say they're going west and they're thinking about ZENA's map, oh, I got to get a hold of Micheal and Oliver.
Well, the map is quite spectacular to Oliver and I. If you know in the past that we've basically gone over that whole map, and we sort of see things that are very interesting. And
yep, and now
I'll
it's
probably
like,
be putting a video out later.
yeah, but it's like you guys saying now, you gave them the X's. You're giving them spots to go look. Yet they still go with the caissons in the money pit. So, but that's what I'm saying. When I saw them, well, they're sort of getting delayed a little bit to look at other areas. These other areas, depending on what science they got lately, should have been going west way before this, Micheal.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Oliver and I have given them X's. I would say
I'm
that
saying in the
whoever
information
they have on the show now.
Yeah, just the information that they
Yeah, right.
go by and they see websites and whatever and who talks to who. It's like they got all this information out, but it's up to us, not up to us, but the information you compiled, well, here it is. Accept it, don't accept it, but here's some X's on the ground. Just like that one guy. What was that guy? Stevenson or something? He gave him an X on the ground someplace.
Oh yes, right. Phil Stevenson, I believe it was.
Yeah.
He had the the paper that he got from an old relative, which was sort of creepy. It was a guy from England,
Mhm.
the Stevenson, that was involved in the Jack the Ripper cases back in the 1800s. But he had that sheet of paper with all the different symbols similar to the La Formula and the 90-foot stone. And yeah, he gave them an X, and they looked, they drilled, but it didn't pan out.
Right, but I tried looking for that guy. Forget it. He's like a ghost.
Yeah, I'd like to really talk to him.
Right. And I says, well, where did they get this guy from? But you can't get no information from anybody, not unless they slip up or if they're on Facebook or they want to talk. This guy just popped in, threw that information out. They went to Smith's Cove around the Behringer survey there, and they drilled a 40-foot hole and nothing.
Yeah. Well, my take on that was, of course, I go with the inclination that what he presented was authentic, and that it was information that was presented by a ancestor of his. And it could, what's interesting, it could possibly be that this person, his ancestor, knew something and he wrote it down. And now I think he did. I think he knew something that was very relevant, because a lot of the numbers were in La Formula. They were in, you know, the 90-foot stone, or not the 90-foot stone, but La Formula. And, you know, it's interesting, a coincidence that they were similar in their numbers. So.
Right. And they want to try new technology.
It could have been made up.
They want to try new technology because now they're finally talking about some side tunnels. There might be some side tunnels finally after 9 years.
Yes. Well, that's a relevant theory. There's several people that think, as Marty has stated in the last episode, that the money pit is, I mean, a decoy, but I think it's just part of it. I don't think it's so much a decoy anymore. I think it's just part of a system underneath the island that, you know, that goes off. And who knows how many tunnels there are underneath the island. And like this picture shows, you know, and there could be a chamber off to the side.
Yep. And this is, Michael, this is the first picture I've seen of, not like I presented this Saturday night, that it's not a straight tunnel. It's high, it's low, it's in steps going down for different chambers. They never showed this before. They only showed like the water tunnels, the flood tunnels, and any tunnels, they went straight down and then straight up to go underneath the money pit, or they went straight across, then straight down. They never showed a zigzag tunnel as far as I know. What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, I've read a little bit about tunnel building. The angles there for that kind of a tunnel, a lot of tunnels, they're built that go, they do have some kind of an inclination to them, but not very great. And when they want to go down to lower depth or go up, they use shafts. So the tunnels pretty much stay level. I don't think they incline that much. But then again, in the vault theory, we have the tunnels in our theory that they do incline like that. So,
and I'm thinking maybe they got this idea from the tunnels from their drilling program. Like if you go way to the right, well, that tunnel's closer to the surface than the one next to the money pit itself. So if they got a height on the far end of 60 feet and they hit the bottom floor at 65 feet, well, they know a 5-foot tunnel started there and kept on going deeper all the way down from their drill program.
Yeah, well, they had, I think they realized the bottom of D2 was at 98 feet. And just their most recent one, CD 4.5, I believe it is, was at 75 feet. Now that was really astonishing to me.
Yep.
that it was that shallow.
And that new Muon radar things that they want to put down a shaft, and it sort of shows the tunnels from the bottom up, not radar and sonar going from the top down, but from sonar, radar, whatever it is, Muon, that shows shafts going up. But how are they going to show shafts if all these shafts are collapsed? I mean, that's why they can't find them with this stuff, because if all these shafts are collapsed, how is it going to show a void? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping that they would show some kind of a void in their drilling program or something like that. But it does seem like they're just hitting a lot of debris or of collapsed shafts or something of that nature. It's amazing how many artifacts they bring up through these drilling sites.
Yep. The pirate says, I suspect that there are tunnels, connected rooms that are hidden directly beneath where the unhewed large stones originally were. It represents as above, so below, things Templars were so fond of. It could be. It could be.
Oh, I'm, I've been reading the book. I've been reading some books. One of Zena's Halpern's book, The Templars, the one she wrote. It's very amazing. It's a pretty fantastic story, I would put that way. And the Scrolls of Antiara are very interesting in that Bill Jackson, who was the main person who was searching for artifacts in Hunter Mountain in New York, and how they were brought over by Templars. And Zena Halpern's book connects with that. And it is interesting that it could be a Templar. And I've been very cautious on saying who I think created this, because I really don't have any good hard evidence. But I find it interesting that the gold content they're finding is that rose gold, the copper gold. And it was interesting to me that Jim McGinnis's cross that was brought on the show by Joan McGinnis was also of the same type of alloy. And I imagine that's how they make 14 karat gold today, but
to have this,
it is indicative of.
Yep, to have the same.
What's that, John?
To have the same minerals, so much of this, so much of that, so much of this, and it's composed of the same thing again. And you find and if you find another piece that has the same amount of gold and lead and everything else, you know it was made by the same people. You know what I mean, Michael?
Yeah, and they were showing that similarity on, I think it was the last show where they did the analysis on the gold content. But I found it very interesting that the second element down on the last artifact, which was that pointy artifact that they found, I believe in CD 4.5, it was a pointy artifact, that it was mostly iron. But the second element that was in it was, I believe, osium.
What the heck is osium?
Osium, it's like in the platinum series of metals. It's a transitional metal, and it was used. They say it was used in Wikipedia that it's used for quill pen, or for point, the points of staffs or something like that.
Oh my!
They're very hard.
Oh my lordy 40 quilt pens.
Yeah. So that was an interesting thing that I did on the side, looking up that second. It was only like 4 or 5%, but 4 or 5% out of out of an alloy is it's not unsubstantial,
Yeah, I like
but
that.
most of it was iron.
Yep, I like that they got that new XLF machine in the archaeology trailer. This way they know what the composition is right away. You know, they bring it to the trailer. Okay, here it is.
That thing is awesome. I just love that thing.
And
That's
but now, Michael, on episode 5, I've been missing my partner in crime, Carmen Lake. Where the heck's Carmen Lake been the past 5 episodes? You know, where did Carmen Lake go?
I don't
He
know.
just sort of disappeared. I said, "Oh,
Yeah, it would be interesting to dig near our ideas. But
I know, it'd be great." But okay, let's take some questions from the chat. Go slow on me if you want to ask Michael a question yourself. Go ahead and type it out, and then we'll call it a night, Michael.
all right, yeah, we can get down to making our popcorn and getting in the easy chair and get ready for showtime.
Yep. See if we got any questions.
Luke Rich says a spiral tunnel. Yeah, that has also given me a little pause to think about too, is a spiral tunnel, especially with the drill positions that are what they're finding in those drill positions with remnants of tunnels. I was thinking that may be a possibility.
Didn't Rustall have a spiral tunnel drawn out on a map that I think my brain is saying there was some kind of map with a spiral tunnel in it?
Yeah. I like your brain, my brain. I don't remember where I saw that, and that's one of the hardest things about research. If you'll be reading along, and you'll find something, and you won't mark it, or you won't, and then you come across something, you'll go, "Oh my gosh, I wish I knew where I read that."
There goes from Judy. Michael, do you think there's still a treasure there?
Well, Judy, that's a good question. And yes, I do. And the reason I think there is a treasure there is because of some of the people before that have been searching for the treasure came to the same conclusion. I can't say 100% sure. I know my partner Olivier has his doubts that there's still a treasure there because he feels that the vault in which we have our theory centralized around, he thinks it's a place that people came and went for several centuries, and that whatever was in there was taken out. But with this last gold find, I think there is a treasure there, and I think it has to do with perhaps South America.
The conquistadors.
Something along that line, Mayan.
Let me see here. And what about they're finding like some of that gold flake and gold on metal with concrete? I mean, where the heck did that come from?
Yeah, that's interesting. Who's to say? I did find it interesting, though, the speck of gold that was on the concrete. It was like it was almost molten and like almost like a thread, and then pulled away, and then. But it was one thing that they say is all this gold is stuck inside whatever it's in. So it's not like it's free floating in the water, landing there and staying there.
Right.
Because gold doesn't interact. So it can't just like rust to something. It has to be mixed to something or forged into something.
Right. Melted into. Yeah. Now, Ray D, I don't know what document she's talking about. What are the similar numbers between the two documents?
The La Formula calls out La Formula calls out 522 and 40, and those two and what was the other one? 522, 40, and the one to the vault. What was it? 1065. Those three numbers were on the formula. They were also on the Stevenson document. The other numbers on the Stevens document were not in the formula, which was the 21 degree differential and 145. That was not in the formula. Although 145 is the distance from the headstone to cone A, which is the top of Nolan's Cross.
Mm-hmm. And this is from Tammy. Do you agree with the anchor points Aaron found last year?
The anchor points that Aaron found last year? Was it last year? Oh.
Season 8.
That was actually a couple years back, wasn't it, John? Let's see. The anchor, the south anchor and the north anchor. No, our anchor points did not correspond. No. But that's not to say that I'm right. She's wrong. It's basically just saying that we're working from two different data sets.
There's Elaine from Australia. Are you allowed access, or have you approached the researchers to ZENA's materials in the research center to add or confirm your theories? Has anyone confirmed?
No.
That's what I figure, yeah. But everybody's behind you guys. You got all our support. I love the theory that you have, you and Aaron's theory. Even if there's nothing there, maybe it'll show that something's there, and it's a direction you gave them to go by. And if they don't use it, well, who knows? You know what I mean?
I'm going to continue on with my vault theory and refine it a little bit more. And I will be putting videos on dot to dot when I get some time. I'm going through right now. I'm really going through a lot of research right now about the origins of the ZENA HALPERN map, which we call the Rochefoucauld map, and the schematic and La Formula. So I'll be probably posting some videos about that shortly.
Right. Well, when you post this to your YouTube group, they will understand where you've been if they watch it on your side. So you're actually talking to your members also. You know what I mean, Michael?
Exactly. Yeah. And I apologize for any of you guys that are watching that follow my channel for the interruption here. But I will be back.
I will be back, he says. Well, Michael, I want to thank you so much for coming on. You're always interesting.
Thank you, John.
And fantastic with your research. Keep it going. I'll keep in touch with you. If you want to go in the staging area after I say my goodbyes, we can talk for about 5 minutes and then we'll log out. Well, thank you so much, Michael. Our members, thank you. My 71,000 members, thank you. We got your back. We got your support. You and Oliver, just keep it going. Keep looking. Go after it.
It's been fun. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Michael. Well, guys, what did you think of that? Oh, my lordy 40. It's a fantastic thing. I'm so glad he came on. It's almost close to 8 o'clock. So we're going to get ready for the show tonight. We'll be on, me and Judy will be on tomorrow night at 7:30 with her synopsis about what the heck's happening on Oak Island tonight. But remember, members, always go forward. You may get a setback, but just believe in yourself, guys, to reach your own goals. But never give up. Never. You be kind. You keep smiling. You believe in your dreams. You guys got to stay strong with this COVID's going crazy over here. You stay safe. You stay positive. I thank you all for coming in tonight. I want to thank Michael for coming in and giving us updates. We'll see you tomorrow night at 7:30 with Judy. Thank you so much, guys, and good night. Bye-bye.